What's going on YouTube? It's JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, coming to you with a little impromptu video. I was doing some reading on the internet. It was an article about physical media. Once again, as everybody usually discusses multiple times a year, is physical media dying? And it made me think about, I'm a physical media collector, and why do I still do it, and why do I like it? Nobody's ever really asked me that before, but there's several reasons why, and I feel really strongly about one of them, so I thought it'd make a cool video. So before we get into the reasons why I collect physical media, and it's going to be 5 top reasons, do me a favor and go ahead and like this video, give me the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Any support you can give me would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to build this channel up in 2021. I'm going to post more videos like this when the mood strikes me. So hit the notification bell, and when I do that, you'll be the first to know, and you can come over and watch them. So let's get into my top 5 reasons of why I still collect physical media. So like I said, this is my top 5 reasons why I collect physical media. If you see me glancing down, this is impromptu. I took a couple notes on my phone, and in case it's probably going to time out in between it, so I may go back to that now and then. But let's go ahead and start with, as you can see, I'm surrounded by some of the physical media that I've talked about recently on the channel. And one thing that ties a lot of these together is my number 5 reason. So the 5th reason that I collect physical media is collectability. And I'll give you an example. I did an unboxing of this Tourist Trap movie recently on the channel. I'm not going to open it here. If you want to check out that video, I'll have the link below. Or maybe I'll link to it also at the end of this video. This is a Blu Ray edition that the single disc hasn't been released yet. But I got it early off of their Full Moon Features site. This is the collector's edition that was signed by producer Charles Brand, and it's got an action figure, if you want to call it that. Check out my video for more on that, and the uncut Blu-ray in an old VHS style box, so that's kind of cool. Another type of collectability is this. We don't have, as far as I know, Dawn of the Dead available in 4K in the US, and I was able to pick up this 4K discs are region free, so I was able to pick up this set from Amazon UK over the Black Friday holiday for a reduced price and had it shipped to the US, and I haven't really watched it yet, but it's got collectibles in it. There's a book, I think there's the novelization of the movie. It's got 3 or 4 different cuts of the movie, so that's got, you know, some collectability to it. Here's something that I unboxed on the channel recently of one of my favorite movies. It's Midsommar. The A24 store had this collectible set of the director's cut on 4K. They didn't release this 4K release as a single disc where you could buy it in brick and mortar stores or like at Amazon. This was the only way you could get the physical media version of the 4K off of their site in this collector set. It's got a book that this is also a video on my channel that I take a look at this set, so if you want to check that out. And then my favorite movie of all time had a recent release, and I don't have all of the versions here because I've got them up in my collection, but this was the 4K standard release, like at Walmart and like a lot of the stores, of Jaws. It's got a lenticular cover. I don't know how well that'll show on here. And then it's got cool artwork where you see Chrissy swimming on the back without the shark. So it comes with the 4K disc, and it even comes with this collectible book. It's got a lot of behind the scenes and everything in it. So they make movie collecting kind of like action figure collecting or any other kind of collecting. They come with a lot of special packages and special releases to where it makes it worth collecting. At least somebody like me who likes physical media. So collectability is going to be the number 5 reason. So the number 4, it doesn't have to be a special edition all the time. Most movies that come out nowadays, number 4 is the special features. And as I was getting ready to say, sorry about that, the number 4 reason, special features, most movies, no matter what, whether it be, just a standard edition comes at Walmart, whether it be what you buy on Amazon, any store that you go into and pick it up. Even if they didn't have this collector's edition of Jaws, it would have probably had some type of special features on it. And special features is one of the things that got me the most into physical media all the way back when Laserdiscs were available, because I wanted a good copy of Jaws. They didn't have it available in widescreen at the time on anything but Laserdisc. So I bought that, and then that was the first time I bought the box set that came with this 2-hour-long documentary on the making of Jaws. And that documentary is one of the ones that's become most famous. I've seen it up around the internet. It's basically on almost every important Jaws release that they put out. But special features like that, deleted scenes, I've seen some movies come, like Halloween, with a special cut of the movie, like the TV cut with scenes added back in that was added for television time. So special features is another thing that if you go to streaming or you get watch it on television or on cable or whatever, you technically usually don't get any special features with that. So if it's a movie that I really like, I love special features, and I'm always looking to see if what kind of things they've added to it. One of my favorite things are gag reels. I love watching those things, especially like on old 80s movies that used to have them on there. So that was number 4. Number 3, I'm going to call availability. And so when I say that, I guess there's 2 kinds of ways you can think about availability. Number 1 is what happens if everything is streaming and the internet in your area is down. I remember when we had a storm a couple years ago and a tree went down and it screwed up the cable. Now, the cable eventually came back, but the internet was down for a couple of days. So if everything was streaming and I wanted to see Jaws, let's say, and I only had it available on a streaming service, how am I going to watch it? I know that's rare, but when you collect movies like me, especially physical media, or you want to have the access to your movies anytime you want. I want to be able to come down and say, if I want to watch Jeepers Creepers, oops, sorry about that. If I want to watch Jeepers Creepers, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up or I'll forget. I want to be able to just pick it up and pop it in anytime, night or day, whether it be 5 o'clock in the morning or whether it be 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to have to search it out. Availability. I don't want to have to worry about, is my internet working? I don't want to have to worry about, where it's at. And that'll kind of lead into the next one. So if number 3 was availability, number 4 is let's just call it too many streaming services. Jeepers Creepers is probably going to be available on multiple streaming services, but it's getting a little bit out of hand. I mean, I saw that National Geographic, I think, was going to have an app. HGTV was going to have an app. HBO Max just came out. You've got Shudder, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got Disney Plus, you got Netflix, who started it all. You got the regular on-demand on your cable. When I go to look up Jeepers Creepers, I mean, I know I can go Google it or whatever, but who's to say that I'm going to be able to find it, and then which one is it on? And then eventually they're going to start spreading this stuff too thin. So this kind of hooks into availability, which is why I wanted these together on my list. But when I say too many streaming services, you're going to end up dividing a lot of this stuff up to the point to where there's going to be exclusives that are only available on things like HBO Max, Disney Plus. Like when they bought out the Fox library, those movies disappeared gradually off of and all the Disney stuff off of Netflix. So then I have to sign up for a second one. Eventually, to get all of the content that I want, you're going to end up probably paying almost the same thing that you would pay for cable. It's ridiculous. I like having my library personal to me, and like I said, I am not going to say that I don't like streaming, because I do like that. But I also want to own anything that I really want to be able to watch anytime I want. So then I'm going to go ahead, and this is the most important reason. If there weren't any other reasons, the reason I'm giving you now is the most important. And I'm going to label it as censorship. And so I was watching an episode of Joe Bob Briggs, his drive-in show on Shudder. And he was talking about, I think he was showing either Cannibal Holocaust, or maybe he was discussing, I can't remember, one of the movies that was on there unrated, and he was saying that he hadn't been able to show it on any of his previous incarnations of his last drive-in, like that was on the movie channel or on Monster Vision on TNT. And he said it was because of censorship, that they just wouldn't let him show it. So then he went off, and I started thinking about what he was talking about, and it really struck home to me. We're living in a world where everybody wants to tell you what's right and what's wrong, what you should be watching, what you shouldn't be watching. They want to make decisions for you, and nobody's going to do that with me. Because if I want to watch I Spit on Your Grave, and I want to watch the director's cut of a movie or something like that, I purchased it. If I want to watch Serbian film, if I had purchased that, there's going to be nobody in the future that I want them to be able to tell me what I can watch and what I can't watch. And I'll give you a couple of examples, and it may seem extreme, but where does it end? I haven't proven this and haven't looked, but I did read multiple articles that said that somewhere, one of the Final Destination movies, I think it's the first one, where the boy, in it eventually falls in the bathtub and hangs himself on the wire. There's a scene when he gets on the airplane and he makes the motion that he's going to hang himself, that they cut that out. Now, whether it be censored or whether they just didn't think that, hey, well, that foreshadows what happens later in the movie and we don't want people to know that. Either way, that movie is now altered from the way I saw it. So what happens if down the line somebody buys that and that's the only version that they offer? I heard somebody say that there were episodes of Golden Girls that they were going to edit on one of the streaming services because they put a mud pack on their face and people linked that to them doing blackface. I'm not going to get into the racial thing, about it, but think about that. So now there's episodes of shows that just totally disappear because somebody wants to censor it. The last example I'll give you was towards the end of last year. I was looking for a movie and happened to come across somebody on eBay who I saw was selling a copy of Gone with the Wind on Blu Ray for like $60. And I had just bought that. I didn't own it until last year at Walmart for $7, I think, on Blu Ray, and the DVD was $5. And I was like, what's going on? And I saw everybody posting listings for it. So I went back to my local Walmart and the shelves were empty for the DVD and the Blu Ray of Gone with the Wind. Now what happened was they removed that, I think, from one of the streaming services, I can't remember, or TNT, or Turner Classic, or one of those, something. And they basically had said that because of the scenes in it and how it reflected on the times, that they didn't think it was proper to show that anymore. And they weren't going to show it anymore, and they were pulling it. They were not going to release it again. And everybody went crazy buying it. Well, later on, they did end up coming back, and I think I just saw a copy of it at Dollar General or something for like $5. So it is coming back in the stores. But with that being said, what happens if they had done that and they pulled it from everywhere and you couldn't watch it again? I would own it in my collection, and I'd be able to watch it anytime I want. So if nothing else, censorship, I really worry down the line of when does it get to the point where all of the digital rights have been purchased, kind of like George Lucas did to Star Wars and screwed that up. But what happens if that becomes the only available version that anybody in the world could see, and it's altered from the original version, and the original version is what I like? I want to be able to watch that. So I hope some of these reasons you might agree with, you might disagree with. Go ahead and leave some comments below and let me know. But with that being said, I'm not saying that I don't stream. I do stream. There's some of these movies like Jaws. This came with a digital copy. If I really want to watch it quickly and I'm in my basement and turn my TV on, I'll hit my Roku device up and put on Vudu, the Vudu app, and I'll watch it streaming. I'm not saying that I'm not going to watch streaming. I watch Netflix. I watch Disney Plus because I love The Mandalorian. But if there's movies that I want to see and I want to own, I'm going to buy them because I want to be able to watch them anytime I want, in the version that I want to watch it, when I want to watch it, and nobody's going to tell me any different. So I hope you agree with some of these reasons. And like I said, leave comments if you don't. And I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. I got several new subscribers just in the last week. So do me a favor and hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video and want to come back and watch more. Hit the notification bell, because then you'll be the first to know when I post new videos. And this is Judman316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there.